Hello, it's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and tackle your to-do list. On today's episode, we're running wires. Load the truck, ladders, tools, all materials. And don't forget the coffee maker. Let's go. I am your host, Bob Assadourian. Unlike reality television, today's contractor is actually licensed. The master and building repair. But as many of you that know me, you know I'm not a licensed electrical contractor. And for today's episode, we're calling on some help from our friends at JKL Electric because we have a viewer's email. Bob, I am told that I can run all new wiring from my panel right to my new bathroom as long as I get it inspected. Is this really true? David, yes. As we say in construction, you most certainly hit the nail on the head. The ESA, Electrical Safety Authority in Ontario, the regulating body that regulates electrical installations and inspections residentially and commercially. That is correct. You have that right. Now, do I suggest it? Do I recommend it? Absolutely not. Let me explain it to you this way. Think of this for a moment. If you're tackling plumbing and you get it wrong, likely the worst that can happen, you're going to get your socks wet. If you tackle electrical and you get it wrong, you can cause bodily death, injury, fire, lots and lots of potential issues. So on this program, no, I will not endorse you doing your own electrical work. Now, can you still learn? Yes. Can I help you find the right electrician for you and your home? Again, yes. We have a fun-packed job site where we're going to install, what are we doing here? We're roughing in wiring for a brand new bathroom. So that's very important. This show is interactive. Always remember, through whatever means of social media, follow us for everything home reno, or simply shoot us an email. I guarantee you I will respond to every single one of your questions. Now, we can't fit them all on the program, but if you want to send us questions, you can also find us new for this season. I'm very proud of this. Our ever-growing database has just gotten a lot bigger. Our column now, our newsletter, has been picked up by the Bay Observer. So one more way for you to get a hold of us. Stay tuned. Up next, on our job site, running the wires. We're on location at my job site with my very good friend. Welcome, Anthony LaRocca from JKL Electric. Anthony and I go back over 30 years going to high school together at Sir John A. Macdonald. I am so happy you're part of the team now.
Thank you.
Finally, this was always meant to be.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're in your 8th year of business.
Yep.
Very proud of you. Tell the viewers a little bit about your business. You're a partnership. Let's mention your partner, obviously, who couldn't be here today.
Yeah, my partner's name is Brad Smith. Hard-working guy, down-to-earth guy. We're both just normal guys just trying to make a living. Work hard and, try to do what's right.
I've met Brad, phenomenal fellow. Can't say I went to high school with him, but he's great. Now, the viewers, very important, I want them to understand, because we're just talking about this a little while ago. I get this question all the time. Bob, what's the difference? Isn't it cheaper if I hire an electrician, get him the moonlight, come in on the weekends when his boss isn't around, do the job for cash, do it on the side, as opposed to hiring a master electrical contractor, a business like you? Big deal you were telling me was the permit issue.
Yeah, it might be cheaper at the start, but if you run into problems, then you can run into more expenses and you could end up being more expensive in the end. And you don't have ESA covering you, right? Like insurance purposes, you get into problems, you know, you have ESA on your side and everything goes a little smoother, right?
And for the viewers, that's the Electrical Safety Authority.
Safety
That's
Authority.
the governing body in the province that regulates it. So they know of you because you're a master licensed electrical contractor. They'll give you a permit. But let's say one of your electricians an employee. They won't give a permit to an employee.
No, you have to be a licensed electrical contractor.
So at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. Figure out the risks, and it's not worth it. I always talk about this, you know, as a joke, Anthony, of homeowners, because this is a DIY show. But I want to make a disclaimer here. Electrical work, always hire a master electrical contractor. Everything else I teach you all these seasons, fine, DIY it yourself. An example, if you're going to fool around with plumbing, worst case scenario, they're going to get their socks wet, right? They don't do it right, a little bit of a flood, a little bit of water, not the end of the world. If you get the electrical wrong, talking electrocution.
Yeah, you can have a fire, you can lose all your possessions, you can lose your life.
It could be a big problem, big problem. For the viewers at home, I know you travel a lot further to visit your clients. You don't mind the drive. How far geographically, how far an area would JKL Electric travel?
Well, we try to stay local because it just makes it easier, but we'll go wherever we need to.
Now let's explain this job site. We're in Old Stony Creek, 60 to 70-year-old home. What we're going to be doing is, well, my job is a bathroom renovation. So I've done a partial gut in this bathroom. I want to bring in a new circuit, want to tie in a pot light, want to update the brand new GFI, put an exhaust fan in, which never existed. We're going to take care of everything. But the first thing I learned today, and I was educated, is the electrical panel here. This electrical panel, I know it's tricky. Put it in your own words to the viewers what you discovered when you looked at the panel today.
Well, it's the old style stab block panel. We highly recommend that these are changed. You can look them up online. It's no secret. Whenever I walk into a job, I recommend to the homeowner that they change them. You run into problems of the breakers not tripping, and that causes a whole issue. But
you know, we're not here to bash brands or manufacturers. However, this is something that the information, it's available. It's all over the internet. So I think I know what you mean. When the wire heats up, the breaker's got to know to flip or to trip.
Or you have a short circuit and it doesn't trip.
And these are known, or as far as the internet or what people are saying, or they're known in the industry, sometimes it won't trip.
Yes.
What happens then if the surge continues? Like when a breaker won't trip, what's the outcome?
The wire could heat up, could cause a fire.
Wow, wow. So for anybody at home with that type of panel, on your screen, do your due diligence. We're not forcing you. We're not mandating what you need to do. Look it up. Call in your own master licensed electrician, or feel free to call in Anthony. All right, Anthony, we're going to get out of your way.
Let's get to work.
Let's start running
Let's
wires.
Get to work.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. We got Jacob here from JKL. We want to show you the action of the fishing tape. It's a great method for getting the wire pulled through long lengths, through difficult areas that you normally cannot access. All right, here comes the fish tape. Give me a second to reach in, I can grab it. I got it. And that's how the pros do it. Look at that spool go. All right, we got both men working at it. We brought the wire to the opposite side of the basement. Drilling through the joist, pulling it through, and then we're directly under the main floor bathroom. We've got Jacob now that's pulling the wire, and then feed up what we need into the bathroom. And that's where all the connections will be made. We'll also be visiting the attic, the hot, hot, hot attic today, to tie in for the exhaust fan.
Okay, I got enough.
Anthony, tell me about this original box on the wall.
So back in the day, they had the old light fixture here with the actual plug built into the light fixture.
Built into it.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore because it has to be GFI, so we mount the GFI separate. But in this case, and they do it a lot on the old homes, they just put a regular single gang 2104. Okay. So we'll be changing that out to an octagon.
For the viewers at home, I want them to remember this now. So if they have fixtures in their bathroom that have the built-in receptacle, those are not safe, I believe. Or to code for certain, not to code.
They're not to code, they're not GFI protected.
So if a homeowner has a hair dryer plugged in there and it happens to fall into the sink with water, yeah, no GFI to trip.
No GFI. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm definitely going to call it as a not safe one.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch you put it in.
Perfect.
Anthony, you tried. You wanted to make a perfect cut. That was killing you, wasn't it?
It was, but
that's the problem.
Staple to the front.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna have lots of drywall. Yeah, because you need something to fasten it to. It can't float.
Going to remove this wire now because we're going to run new wires.
That's the dead one.
Yeah.
The original.
The original switch wire. So you want to pull, Jacob? There you go. Pull it right out. There you go.
Perfect.
We'll run a new one to the light. And we're going to remove it from the existing. Run all new stuff.
Exhaust fans last?
Yeah, we'll do it when we do the pot light.
Sweet. Anthony, tell us now this wire, what you explained to me earlier.
So this is the fridge plug. On the other side is the kitchen.
Okay.
They tapped off the fridge circuit and they were feeding this bathroom circuit. So we're going to just remove it.
But that was common back in the day. It was common.
Yeah, they didn't have to put the fridge on a separate circuit. Now, when you upgrade the kitchen, you would have to put it on a separate circuit.
Exactly.
But back in the day, they just tapped off everything, right? But we're going to remove
whatever was the easiest.
Yeah, we're going to remove it. We're going to take it off. And
so you're lightening the load on the refrigerator circuit.
Yeah, whatever was in this.
Whatever was in the bathroom.
On this fridge anymore.
At a later time, if I do the kitchen and it's a total gut, then we're mandated to put it on its own circuit.
Yeah, separate circuit.
But it's also for smarts, regardless the electrical reasons why. I think of it as food spoilage. If the fridge trips because it's on with a bunch of
else
stuff,
causing the fridge
cause it to trip, you're gone the weekend, your food spoils.
So I just got Jacob on the other side, removing these wires. We'll pull it out, close the fridge back up.
Opposite side of the wall from Anthony.
Close it back up. Okay, this part's going to be a little tricky because I got to go around the corner here. Oh, there it is.
I knew you'd get it, Anthony. I knew it.
One way or the other, Bob, I always win.
Hey, persistence. Now you just got to pinch it with the needle nose, right? Nice.
Go get your hammer and a couple staples, Jacob.
Very nice. Anthony, tell us the importance of securing the wires in the expansion loop for the viewers.
We leave the loop in case, you know, accidents happen. The drywallers come and most of the time they use a roto zip or something. They cut around the boxes. If they happen to nick a wire, then we can always pull a little bit more.
So that's the reason behind the loop.
Yeah, that's the reason why we do it.
Okay.
It's just to so we don't have to replace the wire if it gets cut, right? You just pull a little bit more through and.
Very nice. All right, we're up here in the attic. I'm with Jacob. Anthony's in the bathroom. Trying to locate a spot for you to feed the wire up. That's it, we got it. From the basement to the main floor, up to the attic. Good job, guys. Anthony, let's show off your skills here. Go through it with the viewers, the process of stripping and feeding into the box. You're awesome.
So everybody's got their own technique. I kind of just measure it with my finger.
Okay.
It's got to be 6 inches or more.
Correct.
Just have a fairly sharp knife and...
Cut in the center where the ground is?
Yeah, a lot of guys do it on the side. I can do that too. It's just practice over and over again.
No, it is. It's experience. I mean, I love this part. I love watching a master tradesman go at it.
Yeah, we'll put them in the box and secure them all and make the connections.
Awesome.
So basically, I just tighten this up snug, not too tight where it's going to pinch the wire.
You don't want to pinch it.
I don't want to pinch it. And when I put the ground around the screw,
that I'm interested in is the ground.
In the direction of the screw so it tightens.
Clockwise.
The screw is clockwise.
Okay.
But if I come from the bottom, I come up the left side of the screw and around. So when it tightens, if I come from the top, I come from the right side of the screw and it tightens that way onto the wire.
Nice, nice. We got Jacob on the pot light. I always try to tell my customers, you have to plan ahead. I believe, and it's a good design, and it's great for accessibility, to have a pot light above your bathtub or above your shower. Regardless of what kind of light you have, vanity light on the wall above the cabinet, it's not going to do much through the curtain or through the glass door. So it really is nice having a pot light in the shower or wet area. The trim ring, the metal plate you're looking at around the pot light, that's obviously to hold it. So that's adjustable. You can center that. You can put it in whatever location you like. Then whether it's a drywall or in our case plywood as a backer board for the marble, you can use a zip tool and use that trim plate as a guide for your cutout for the pot light. They're tunable. So there's, I believe, 2,000 kelvins, 3,000, right to 5, which adjusts the color output of the light. So you can also match them to your vanity. Be patient. By the end of the program, you will see what this pot light looks like sitting on seamless cultured marble. And of course, the exhaust fan and all the receptacle cover plates on the finished bathroom with everything painted. For the viewers at home, technically this is considered a rough-in. During rough-in, you're not installing switches and receptacles. Today we're putting them in so you can see them at home and appreciate them. And then later on we'll have them removed. Anthony, tell the viewers the importance of the GFI receptacle in a bathroom.
So GFI is set to catch leakage in the current. If it catches any leakage, it'll trip out and protect the circuit.
Okay. Now there's GFI receptacles that visually you can easily see it. You see the test and reset button. Now homeowners shouldn't necessarily be alarmed if they don't see one like the one we have here today, because I think it can also be protected at the panel.
Yeah, so you can have a GFI device, you can have a GFI breaker at the panel, which GFI is the whole circuit, and you can also have one GFI protecting plugs down the line. So a lot of times when they do new homes, you have a GFI on the main floor, and then every other bathroom after that on the upper floors are GFI protected.
Feeds off of it, from it. Excellent. Good to know for the viewers at home. You're a fountain of knowledge, Anthony. A fountain of information. I'm ecstatic we had you here today. Here are all the devices. Again, that's for illustrative purposes only. This is a rough-in. Anthony will be removing them afterwards so we can obviously easily re-drywall. Anthony, talk to me about JKL. I understand there's a meaning behind it.
So we came up with the name JKL because we went back and forth when we were starting the company. We couldn't decide on what to name the company.
I can imagine.
So it's actually named after our kids, my partner's kids. So John, Kennedy, Lucas. So John and Lucas are my sons, and Kennedy is my partner Brad's daughter.
Son. Wow, a daughter.
Daughter, yes.
Wow. Excellent.
So it reminds us every day to get up and go work.
Get up, get off the couch, and get into work.
Work hard, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, my friend.
No
this
problem,
meant a lot. This meant a lot to me. Stay tuned. After break, we're back at the shop for some top picks and bewares. For everything home rental, follow us on social media. On to an important part of the program, Bob's Top Picks and Bob's Bewares from my 30 years experience. For learning from my mistakes, product research and development, I'm here to help all of the viewers. Number one, licensed master electrical contractors, they don't really like when homeowners start supplying materials. And there's a couple of reasons. Let me explain. No licensed contractor is going to warranty what you supply. Now, with that being said, the licensed and the legitimate, respectable contractors, we have an infrastructure for our business. We have lines of credit. We have suppliers that we deal with. We research what goes into your home. So let the electrician supply the materials. Another reason, and this is specifically for electrical, there are a lot of products that come into Canada that do not meet our safety requirements. They're offshore, and they're not legal, and they're not safe for use in Ontario. So for the people at home, avoid picking up boxes and cartons of pot lights. I know what you're thinking. You're getting them at a steal. It's not going to work. Let the electrician supply their own pot lights. So these pot lights are safe. They come with a warranty. Because the electrician supplied them and because the electrician installed them, you're going to get full warranty for parts and labor. That's very important. And they're certified for use in Ontario for in your home. Couple of more tips now, specifically when hiring electricians. Many homeowners mix this up. There is a difference between an electrical contractor and an electrician. An electrical contractor is registered with the ESA. That is the Electrical Safety Authority, the governing body in Ontario for electrical and inspections. They can pull permits. They can have inspections done. Now, let's say you hire an electrician. He's a licensed electrician, but he's not an electrical contractor. He's not a business. He's not registered with the ESA. Essentially, he's moonlighting. So in the evenings or on the weekends, he'll come to your home. He'll run the wires. The lights may turn on and off, but they will never be inspected. That's the difference. That electrician does not have a business. He does not have $2 million liability insurance coverage. They do not have WSIB, Workplace Safety Insurance Board coverage. None of that is there. So you're taking a big risk, and it is completely illegal. Make sure you know that's very important. Now, as far as general licensing, references, good practices in finding the right contractor for you and your home, I could go on for this for hours. Pause, scan the QR code on your screen for our ever-growing database with over a dozen news station interviews, many of them half an hour long, which completely demystify from A to Z how to find the right contractor for you and your home. Everything's covered. Licensing, regulations, references, and a lot of horror stories that we've talked about in the media. This is, again, from my experience to you. Follow these steps. Learn at your own pace, and you're never going to be the victim of fraud, and you're never going to get ripped off. This show's interactive. Remember, you can contact us very easily through all social media. Visit our website, justaskbob.com. Find our email contact form or quick submit form. We will always, always answer every one of your questions, and some of them may be featured on this very program. Are you not techie? Are you sick and tired of speaking the recordings? Bob will always call you back. Pick up the phone and call 289-649-0196. Again, that's 289-649-0196. Until next time, thank you.